Hey everyone, I am really sorry that it's taken me so long to get another video up. It just seemed like it's one thing after the other that just kept me from having time to address it like it needed to be done. So I am in hiding this morning, hoping I won't be disturbed until I can get you a video finished here. Okay, we're still in Psalm 18, and we're going to backtrack just a little bit because the Lord's been showing me a lot more that goes with what He's teaching me here. Now, one of my subscribers left a post about asking me if this was about the transformation of the bride, and this is. Psalm 18 is all about the transformation of the bride, but what the Lord is showing us is the timing here, because we see with this death and hell, we see the fourth seal, which is the pale horse, which is death. But where I want to pick up at is the verse just after that, where it says, "In my distress, I called upon the Lord." We're in verse 6, Psalm 18, verse 6. "In my distress, I called upon the Lord and cried unto my God. He heard my voice out of His temple, and my cry came before Him, even into His ears." And then it goes on to say, "Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken, because He was wroth, He was angry. There went up a smoke out of His nostrils, and fire out of His mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also, and came down, and darkness was under His feet." Now we're going to stop right there. We're looking at 6 through 9, and possibly a little bit about 5. What we see in verse 5 is the sorrows of hell, snares of death. Okay? This isn't just a sad time. This is a time of death, a time of fear. And what I wanted to point out concerning that is we see what's going on in verse 4 and 5 with the sorrows of death and the sorrows of hell. This is a desperate time, okay? And it says here in verse 6, "In my distress I called unto my Lord." And how do we call to the Lord? Our connection with the Lord is in prayer, okay? And having said that, I want to take us to Revelations. So the Lord is showing me how this all ties into Revelations. At this point, it's from chapter 6 through chapter 9. And we won't really look at a lot of chapter 7, because that is all about the sealing of the remnant. Now, let me put it this way. At this point, He's not had me focus on that. That could change, okay? All right. We're going to flip over here to Revelations 8, where we see, I'm just going to start with verse 1, okay? It says, "And when He had opened the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour. And I saw the 7 angels which stood before God, and to them were given 7 trumpets. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer. And there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with," this is the part I want to take note of, "with the prayers of all saints upon the golden altar, which was before the throne." Okay. Where we see in Psalm 18, in verse 6, it says, "In my distress I called upon the Lord and cried unto Him. He heard my voice." I do feel that this is where the prayers of the saints are offered upon the altar. Because the Lord hears our prayers continually. But it is this distress, this cry of distress that the Lord is responding to, okay, in Psalm 18. And it is a prayer or a cry from his people like never before, okay? And that's why he is responding with such a devastating response as we saw the earth quaking and